This episode of the Savage Lovecast is brought to you by Soaking Wet by VB Health, the world's first probiotic specifically designed for vaginal and vulva health and wellness. Visit soakingwet.com and use code SAVAGE for 10% off or click the link in this episode's show notes. Hey, this is Dan Savage. Thank you for listening to me answer your sex and relationship questions. All of these years, it has been my absolute privilege. If you can, please consider subscribing at savage.love/subscribe. If you subscribe, you get to hang out with me at Savage Love Live. You get access to a community of like-minded deviants, the best kind of deviants, my kind of deviants. You get this show ad-free, more Savage Love questions in the column, and other perks. Anything you can contribute helps us keep this show going and hopefully make it great and pleasing to you and your eardrums every week. That's savage.love/subscribe. Thank you.
You're listening to After Action Report at savage.love.
After Action Report.
Welcome to After Action Report, where I talk with people who've tried something for the first time, something new to them and probably new to you too in the realm of sexuality. This week, we meet Sam, who built a certain kind of box, and while they were in it, learned a little something about themselves. Joining me for this After Action Report, Sam. Sam, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. Hi, Dan.
So before we get to what you did, what you tried, the new thing, who are you? Give us a little biographical detail so people have a picture in their head of who Sam is.
So I'm in my late 30s. I'm an AFAB person, kind of non-binary identifying. I'm poly, but I'm single. I'm kinky, sex positive. A lot of my life revolves around kink and sexuality, and I live somewhere in Central Europe.
Somewhere in Central Europe. My favorite place is somewhere in Central Europe, and my favorite person is somewhere in Central Europe. A shout out to him right now. All right, so what did you do? What was the new thing you tried?
So I was in a fuck box, also known as a reverse glory hole.
Okay, paint a mental picture of that. What is a fuck box? What's a reverse glory hole?
Yeah, so it's a contraption box, something where the lower part of your body is sticking out, and stuff can be done by people that you don't know who they are.
You can't see them.
I cannot see them, no. Or someone cannot see them.
I've heard them called pizza ovens because you're kind of on a shelf and you like slide the boy, usually a boy, where I've seen the videos, but maybe that's a selection bias on my part. You slide the boy in and then like he's behind a wall, except his ass is hanging out. Maybe his legs are folded over, so it's just the butt, or his legs are strapped to the wall. So he's sort of like, not quite spread eagle, but like open, and he can't see who is on the other side of that wall doing what to him. So you,
yeah, exactly.
I've never actually seen an AFAB person who might be interested. It's one of those things you see and think like only perverted fucking faggots would be into this. But you're AFAB and you built a reverse glory hole fuck box for yourself, a pizza oven?
Yes, correct. I have actually never heard the word pizza oven for this, but I totally see the image, yes. So I have seen this in porn with female presenting people, but I think this was more like, like brothels or kind of something like that. So I think it was also very much for men. But because I've seen that in porn, it kind of started to be a fantasy of mine because I really like objectification. I like being used. Yeah, a lot of fantasies around that.
It is that thing that some people aspire to be, which is at times, not at all times, but at certain times of their own free will and by choice, just a hole. If you are in a fuck box or a pizza oven, you are at that moment just a hole. Nobody can see your face, nobody can see much of your body, but you're just a hole.
Or in my case, 2 holes.
Or 2 holes. You wanted to do this. You are holes. You are a collector's set of holes. You wanted to do this, and you built a pizza oven for yourself for a particular party or an event, or just had some friends around.
Yeah. I did even more than just build a fuck. I'm gonna keep calling it fuck box, okay? Because that sounds better. I don't want to be the pizza. So I even organized a whole event around this with some friends in an apartment that we made like a queer cruising event out of it, which was a lot around anonymous sex or sexual encounters. And yeah, my project was the fuck box. design, engineering it, building it. I did the whole thing.
So paint the picture of the night. So you built the box. I assume you're excited about the box and getting to use the box for the first time. Yes. And you're having the party. Where was the party at and what was the vibe?
It was a flat with 2 floors. So you go from the living room up some stairs and then you have a second smaller floor. And that was the place of the fuck box, it really looked amazing. Like I used some really nice fabrics for the curtain in the front. And like really good setting. Like I was just thinking, how will I look in this? So I made it look really pretty.
And did you upholster it, the part that you're lying on, for your back, for your spine?
Yeah. I put like some cushions under it and a yoga mat on top of that, and some more cushions just for comfort. Yeah.
All right. So, what was the deal? Were you locked in the box all night? Was there a certain point where you climbed in the box? Were you in the box already when the party started?
I was in the box already when the party started because I got really freaked out with people knowing who I am because it was not such a big party and I really wanted to stay anonymous in the beginning. But then I didn't account for people being super shy in the beginning of such an event and no one came up. Or I think maybe some people came up and just looked and went away again. So I left the box, let some people be in there before me and watched myself, and then I went in at some point.
All right. Yeah, I guess, the kinds of people who might go to a sex party are particular and conscientious about consent. And they might see someone in a sex box and not necessarily read that as, well, I have permission, or anybody at the party has permission to touch this person. You almost need a concierge. You almost need a ringleader who's like, lets people know that the person in the box would like to be touched, perhaps anonymously.
We did solve this part also in a very nerdy way. So I also designed some user journeys, like user experience design. And I created these sheets, like we call them menus, where you can fill in what you're okay with and what you're not okay with. So like, where would you want to be penetrated? Would you be okay with penises, fingers, dildos? If dildo, what size? And so we really went for the safety as much as possible. So people knew that they are allowed to, but still, it was a lot of queer people, a lot of Flinta people, so just shyness.
Flinta is an acronym that many people in the United States are not familiar with yet. I spend a lot of time in Germany and Austria, and I've seen Flinta in a lot of graffiti in like queer neighborhoods. So I looked it up and I know what it is. But for people out there who've never heard Flinta before, what does it stand for?
So basically it excludes anyone who, like a cis male. So it's female, lesbian, inter, non-binary, trans, and agender people. Okay,
so Flinta party. Meet the Flintas. We need to adapt the Meet the Flintstones theme song for the Flintas. Someone should actually do a cartoon, Meet the Flintas.
Yeah.
Okay, so there were other people in the box. When somebody else climbed into the box after you climbed out, did you engage with the people in the box? Were you a fuck box top before you got in and fuck box bottomed?
Yes, I don't remember right now the order, but I did also engage with other people, like some fingering and oral. Yes.
Your turn. You get in the box. How was it? How was the experience?
So in the beginning, I was very excited and I was also into it because I didn't know what's going to happen to me, who's going to be on the other side, like a lot of wondering, who is this? And then I did, there was some penetration and I'm pretty sure it was like a penis. So I did enjoy that. Although I could also tell I'm not that ready actually, because I realized then, oh shit, there is no foreplay kind of happening. And then afterwards people were like fingering and there was also some oral sex, but it all felt a bit boring and repetitive, and I realized I am missing the communication part in sex. Like I couldn't tell people, oh, I don't like this so much, do something else, or almost, but a bit higher or something like that. So that
it's
was
hard
really
to send
weird.
Non-verbal signals when all you have is your butt or your pussy to send them.
Totally.
No eye contact, no like shifting, changing facial expressions, the kind of encouragement or go slow or go harder that you can give somebody. Your face, you can't give that when you're in a fuck box.
Yeah, definitely. And I thought I'm really into the part of, someone can just do something to me. But then I also felt like I think people are doing this for me, or like they are assuming that I want this, or, you know, like if someone starts fingering me, I don't think it's so much for them, but they're thinking, this is, the person likes this. But I didn't, and I didn't know how to say that.
Okay. I want to back up. You said there was a penis. A Flinta party. There can be a penis. Trans women have penises. Agender people, non-binary people have penises. It's just cis males and their penises that aren't going to be at a Flinta party necessarily. Just to clarify for people out there who may have bumped on that. All right. So it doesn't sound like, maybe you enjoy being outside the box for somebody inside the box more than being inside the box. Would you get inside the box again? Would you do this again?
So we did the party a second time and engineered some things a bit differently. And I, like, for example, I created cards for the person in the box to have, like with some instructions, for example, go slower or faster or more lube. So I went in again, and this time I liked it even less.
Oh.
Yeah, like, I think the problem was, again, that I felt like I cannot talk to these people, so I cannot tell them what would feel good to me. And while still liking being used, this was too anonymous for me. I was really lacking the connection to the people, which I thought would be awesome, but then it was not so much.
All right. So it doesn't sound like it was a traumatizing experience, but a learning experience.
Yeah.
You saw this thing in porn. It was kind of appealing. You thought it might be hot, and you gave it a try. And what you learned about yourself was you need that eye contact. You need that ability to communicate in the moment with somebody who's pleasuring you or penetrating you or fingering you. That it was a little exciting to think about not having the ability to communicate like that because you're in the box, because you're in the pizza oven, because you're on the shelf. But actually, now you know that that doesn't work for you.
I did, because you said it wasn't a traumatizing, just like negative. It was not.
That was my assumption. If it was traumatizing, you should definitely say so. If this is like, I'm scarred by this, I'm never doing this again. Like I was trying to pick up on the mood here, but like if it was even worse than you made it sound, no, tell me, because bad experiences are a part of sexual experimentation and we learn from them.
I wouldn't call it traumatizing, but definitely jarring, because I felt afterwards quite bad about having been used like that, even though I consented to it. But then I felt like, why did I do this? I kind of didn't enjoy what was being done to me. And I still stayed in the box for a while. And I felt kind of guilty about that for myself.
Like you let yourself down.
Yeah, exactly.
We are our most important advocates in a sexual situation. I can see why. And I've been there too, where you're like, well, this was my idea and I don't want to bail. I don't want to make the person who's doing what I asked them to do feel like they did something wrong. And I may stick it out in hopes of catching a groove, or like something will suddenly click and it'll feel better. And then I let it go on too long and I'm like, I should have bailed sooner.
Yeah, exactly like that. And so I was a bit disappointed with myself, couldn't blame the people, but still felt kind of icky around it. But then I'm also, like, I feel the same as you just said, like also that all of these negative experiences are also good experience in a way, because now I do know. Now I know this is not for me. I can masturbate about this and like the idea in, like, as a theory, but I do not want to experience it.
Would you want to experience it again as a top, as not the person in the box, but the person messing around with the person in the box? Or did your bad experience in the box ruin for you even being the person outside the box, pleasuring the person inside the box?
I think I would do it again for like as a top, but as a service top, because it wouldn't be so much for me, because like, yeah, I don't think I'll get so much out of it, because I really like people's reactions. And if I cannot see them, it's really hard to be turned on. I noticed. Yeah.
So where's the box now? Knowing what you know now about this box now, is the box on the street corner? Is it on the way to the dump? Are you building something else out of it? Is it a dresser?
It's disassembled. It existed out of pieces that were actually other things, like a table and some clothes racks and, yeah, like the mats that we use to cover it. So it's disassembled. It could be assembled again should we do the party again, but I wouldn't go inside. I learned my lesson the second time around.
Yeah, sometimes it takes, there's a thing you always wanted to try. You try it once and you're like, well, that wasn't great. And you think, well, maybe it was the circumstance. Maybe it was the wrong people. Maybe I wasn't in the right mood, because sometimes you're not. And there's sometimes pressure when you like have planned sex, like a sex party. And there's you feel pressured to go through with it. And you're like, well, was I just not in the mood? But I went through with it because I felt like I had to because it was scheduled. And then you try to get in, and you're like, oh, no. This thing just doesn't work for me. Scheduled or not scheduled, in the mood, not in the mood. This does not work for me.
Yeah, which happens usually for me at sex parties. That like it's all so much towards sex, and for me it doesn't feel so like free anymore. Like yeah, I snack at sex parties.
You snack at sex parties?
Yeah, like I'm close to the buffet.
Oh, you mean the literal buffet? You graze the
literal buffet. Yes.
I think that's a legitimate way to enjoy a sex party, to soak up the vibes, enjoy other people enjoying themselves. People like to be looked at sex parties. Mm-hmm. Too many people looking and not participating can throw things off, but like you need some people there who are there to witness. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's you.
That's great.
Now.
Yes, that's not me.
So, Sam, thank you so much for coming on After Action Report. I'm always really excited to talk to people who had like a learning experience and not necessarily a great experience. Mm-hmm. Hopefully not traumatizing experiences, although that can be part of it too. I'm glad that it was what it was and you know more about yourself now sexually.
Yeah, for sure. And I can do this for other people, so I'm happy that I know now how to build this thing.
Building a sex box, it is an important life skill, depending on the community in which you live, move, fuck, play, and party. Sam, thank you so much for coming on After Action Report. It was a real pleasure chatting with you.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you, Sam. You are both industrious and perverted in the best ways. I say that pervert to pervert. Hey, if you out there listening, if you've had a new experience that you want to share, a story to tell, a cautionary tale to relate, write it up, send it to us at q@savage.love, and you may be my next guest here on After Action Report. Thank you to everyone who's been sharing your stories. We are loving this, loving reading them, and loving talking with the people who come on the show. And thank you for listening, and we will have a new After Action Report for you next week.
After Action Report.